Hello, welcome to a Saturday edition of AgostoAllElite podcast with me, Bernard. On tonight's episode, Tony Khan comments on buying WWE, the possibility of AEW actually doing an all-women's pay-per-view, and WWE started massive fightings already, and much more to come on this podcast. The Raw recap, alright, it's Mufasa Ali versus Solo Sikoa. This is the Raw recap, everyone. Let's start with Sikoa. Alright. Raw open Raw open with the Usos and the Solo Sikoa heading to the ring. They talked a little trash before Judgment Day. Came out to respond to their claim they will retain the tag titles. A fight broke out. As expected, but as Solo was about to take a shot at Rhea Ripley, Mufasa Ali came out of the fly in front of the turnbuckle to take him down. The match officially got started during the break, so Raw returned to see the Street Champion taken into the former 205 standout. Kevin Owens made an appearance, fought Usos and ringside, allowing for LA to take his collar down with a huge tornado DDT for a close 2 count. After avoiding a 450 splash, Sikoa hit a small spike for the win. KO came in and immediately took him out with a stunner. The pre-match segment was fine. Honestly, the pre-match segment was fine. The match was definitely more effective at getting crowd in the right mood for the rest of the night. There was a lot of mayhem. Mayhem is always good to make things a little fun. So what's your thought on that match?
It was crazy actually. I actually I think he's pretty beast in that match. Especially for the Usos and but it's crazy in that match. It's unpredictable in that match. It's it's hard for me to describe it. um, it's it's the guy is unbeatable actually. I'm picturing him to be the next big thing in WWE, and I'm watching him every week. Um, I don't picture him doing. I'm picturing him winning a championship in WWE, but I like how he wrestles, but I like but he's the most dominating guy. He doesn't need any help in the ring, unlike certain people like Roman Reigns. But I said the same thing about Roman Reigns when he first came to the WWE, and then look at him now, and he needs help, and who knows, maybe later on he may be doing the same thing, and so anything's possible. So who knows? He might be a big thing later on, but right now I'm picturing him to something big later on in the future. But he just debuted in WWE a couple of months ago, so I see bigger things. So
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, next match. The Street Profits versus Cedric Alexander, Sheldon Benjamin. Angelo Dawkins, Sheldon Benjamin started for their teams. The Gold Standard started actually beginning nailing Montana's forward what they need to knock him off the apron. Cedric Alexander tagged into Keith Dawkins' corner, but the big man was able to make a distant attack so Ford could take Alexander with a huge crossbody. MVP walked to the ringside. The show was coming to a break. Unfortunately, second too late when he tried to interfere on Alexander's behalf and ended up making the final sequence look awkward. Both of these teams are incredibly talented. So no surprise they delivered a fantastic match with the crowd cheering at the best big of the spots. MVP tried to talk to Alexander and Benjamin after it was over, but it seemed upset. So what's your thought on that match?
well, I was thinking about that one during I was watching that. Um, what's the name? MVP is trying to. They were trying to bring back, recreate the group again, and reform the with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander and this time with Omos, but I've been hearing rumors about how he's gonna screw the Cedric Arizona and Shelton Benjamin, and I'm helping. They're gonna try to bring in um, the other team in, the one who won. I forgot the other team won. Jesus Christ. Um, um, uh, the other team in, but I don't. I really don't know how the WWE writers are doing. WWE is doing a lot of changes. So I don't know. I would have just keep the originals, but Omos is the big thing. So I don't know how WWE is gonna do. So WWE, Vince McMahon came back, and everything has changed in WWE. So how they're doing it. So with the with this tag team division, um, with this group, with this group here, I gotta keep watching it. Um, slow. I gotta keep watching it, especially this Monday.
Yeah.
Raw, yeah, and also SmackDown, NXT mostly Monday. Yeah, they need more tag team and more groups. It's really hard for me to keep. It's really hard for me to think about, especially what they trying to reform that group. It's Bobby Lashley. Um, reform that form that group. He has to win the United States champion to become the most powerful. But I just can't see Omos letting Bobby Lashley to be the leader. So someone has to be a leader, either Bobby Lashley or Omos.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. All right, let's go for Omos versus Elias. Speaking of that, MVP Elias had a run in backstage. Honestly, that led to MVP getting Elias booked in the match against the man he claims that will win the men's Royal Rumble, Omos. The Nigerian giant ran the corner over with ease and sent him out of the ring to recover when Omos tried to follow. Elias pounced on him, ended up suckering him into running himself to the ring post. Smooth. When Elias tried to grab his guitar and use it on MVP, almost grabbed it, hit a headbutt, or smashed the guitar on the ground. And Elias hit it, nailed three jumping knees for Omos, grabbed him by the throat for his two-handed choke slam to get the win. This was, honestly, to me, this was so uneventful, but it wasn't that bad. They did what they had need to do. They really either got look good. So what do you think as well? What do you think?
Um, they're they're making Elias look like shit. Um, they're making Elias look like more like a jobber instead of making him look good. He they bought him. They made him make a comeback after being injured. Um, injured list, and they brought him back, and then his partner is out of action besides his other partner Randy Orton, and and his partner is out of action, and and now he's all by himself, Elias, and now they made him look like a jobber, and now he's in effect to go into the Royal Rumble, and we all know what's going to happen. He's going to be tossed out, and he's right now in the worst spot right now in WWE. Um, instead of building his career up in WWE, they put him into a jobber. They took him and they decided we're gonna build you. Decided to be a free win for somebody else. And that's not how they should do. They should at least help his career up, not make him into a jobber. And some people may disagree with me on this.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. So, all right, let's go to Alpha Academy versus Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest battle Chad Gable over to the tag team match after the first match last week during their tag team tournament bout. Dom and Gable begin the match for teams, but it didn't take long for young Mysterio to get frustrated tagging Priest to take over. This was a pretty standard tag match. Both teams got to do their thing, but Judgment Day got the upper hand more often than not. This match has an individual spots that look good. The majority of what we saw was on the slow side. It didn't feel like either team had much urgency to win. They were going from spot to spot. Gable had the
Okay.
match won before Ripley distracted ref. So Priest could hit a choke slam. Dom made a come for the win. So what's your thoughts on this?
Well, first off, the one thing, there's a couple of things. Number one, Dominic looked like a damn fool, acting like a gangster, and he's not because he ain't no prison gang. Number two, he used to get himself hurt, acting like a what do you call it, a gangbang prison because I see because he acts like, oh, I did time, you don't understand. He dressed like a thug, he dressed like one of those drug lords, gangs, and in the prison. And some people been in prison, and no, I never been in there, but I seen people um probably don't like what they see, but Dominic probably don't understand, but in wrestling, but in WWE don't understand, but Dominic is putting himself risk on there, but Dominic, his character is very dangerous. Is that he looks like a K Dog character, but it's he's not K Dog, but he's like a saying, "I'm a prison changed me" character. It's very insulting actually, and he needs to be very careful what he says on television. All that stuff, and I've been reading some comments on the internet, and some people don't like what he says, how he dressed. Some people think he dressed like a clown with that mask on his face.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, honestly. All right. Anyway, here's the Io Sky now versus Mia Yim. Io Sky was in singles action this week. She battled the OC's Mia Yim. Instead of AJ Styles and the Good Brothers, who was Candice LeRae, who was on her side. Sky took control early on, began running Yim from the corner of the Carter. As she inflicted damage, the HBIC began to make a comeback, hit a nice German suplex by quick stretch for Dakota Kai all across there. The match, LeRae LeRae took Kai down, so Sky took her out with a baseball slide. Yim took advantage and ended up scoring the win, but Kai immediately jumped on top of her. The Poison Pixie helped Yim clear the ring on the damage control to end the segment. This was fine, but honestly, you could tell they weren't trying to make this the best match of the night. But what's your thought on this match?
It was an excellent match on Monday Night Raw. I think other matches were boring. Um,
Yeah, it's probably boring. Yeah, yeah, pretty boring. Yeah, my match is
sound like you're being bored.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, we got the Bronson Reed versus Akira Tozawa, Alexa Bliss, Bobby Blair, had a quick segment that led to a fight where Kurosawa and Bronson squared off in a singles match. To predictably, this was basically a squash match. Tozawa had a chance against Reed on a normal day, let alone when he's getting him a no return push. Besides a few moves from the former 205 Live regular, Reed was able to secure the win with a huge splash. So, what's your thoughts on this match, the squash match?
Boring.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, basically, Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair had a quick segment that I don't know what's going to lead to anyway. Well, what will it lead to? What will it lead to between Bliss and Bianca Belair from that segment?
Oh boy. It was it was it was pretty okay, but it needs improvement actually.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it needs to improve. Mm-hmm.
A lot needs to be improved.
Yeah, a lot needs to improve.
Mm.
Yeah. All
There have
right.
been
Now we got the main event, Raw's main event, the elimination match. The main event of the night was honestly the six-man elimination match with a shot at the United States Championship. And this was for next week during the 30th anniversary show. Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, Finn Balor, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler were all vying for the opportunity to challenge Austin Theory.
oh yeah, that's my
Yeah,
yes.
who came out to watch the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, The Miz ended up being the first man out after Rollins hit him with the stomp. Balor and Corbin worked together for a little while taking on Ziggler, Rollins, while Lashley was recovering the outside. The matches out there had a lot of movie powers. And don't
Yeah, sound
really,
like you're tired.
yeah, don't really follow familiar patterns, so they're much harder to judge than singles about. The crowd seemed to be into the action. The wrestlers were working their butts off, so it seemed to be a successful main event. Ziggler was the second man who found himself to be eliminated, and he was followed by Balor and Corbin. Just like Rollins and Lashley, the final two men fighting for a chance to challenge for the belt both men held last year. Almost came out of nowhere through Rollins over the announce table. Lashley seemed confused to see Almost and MVP at ringside. Theory ended up knocking him out down with the U.S. title. Rollins took out Almost and Theory before Lashley nailed him with the spear for the win. Now, so what's your thoughts on this main event matchup?
It was an excellent match. During that match, it was also shock, but it's also extreme. That was a excellent matchup, and when Bobby Lashley won that, it's extreme, but not that extreme. But it was a little crazy main event.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the okay main event. All right, let's go to the Dynamite recap. Let's start the match. Start the show with the All Atlantic Championship match: Orange Cassidy versus Jay Lethal. They are distractors on the comedic side of the character, but Orange Cassidy once again honestly proved that at the top of Wednesday's show that he could have a very good match against the wrestlers of all styles, backgrounds, experience, and he defended the All Atlantic Championship against Jay Lethal. Saddam Singh, Judge Jarrett, Sean Judd were barred from ringside with the threat of the latter being fired from the company that did not heed the ruling from Tony Khan. They did not stop them from buying tickets, only for them to reveal that their best friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, actually had those seats. Cassidy from underneath typically does firing out flurry offense late as he sought to defeat the challenger. He evaded a pinfall due to lethal ejection, scored an orange punch. Moments after John Hansen broke the attempted interference with heels and earned the victory. It was a good, entertaining match with a ton of effort from both competitors. Lethal and Cassidy have done this dance before, and their chemistry one another remains strong. This was a perfect place for a heel faction rather than a heel higher profile feud with Allen and staying in his shows. Fans are more willing to accept Jarrett and Co. in this spot, and it worked well with babyfaces to the point. Who knows this feud will carry on beyond tonight? But honestly, there are worse options for all involved. So, what's your thoughts on this matchup?
I think the match was a little awesome. it was a little awesome, and it's not bad, but it was a little awesome. It's I was I was I was rooting for Jay Lethal a little bit.
Yeah, very much. Yeah,
I was a Jay Lethal fan a little bit, so I like Jay Lethal. So
yeah. Mhm. All right, we got the Young Bucks now versus Top Flight. The moment the Young Bucks versus Top Flight appeared on the lineup for Wednesday's show, there was every reason to believe the show couldn't be stolen from the wherever position the card match found itself. Two bouts in, and there appeared to be a case thanks to the wild and genetic counter they saw the Bucks establish dominance until the hot tag Darius Martin and brother Dante sparked the comeback. Matt Nick Jackson halted the momentum off a few occasions including a double super kick to springboarding Dante, but it was Darius who scored a rollout on the former for the pinfall victory. Top five been red hot thanks to their win in Trio Scotland over the holidays, a series of matches with the Blackpool Combat Club, and this win will only continue their Money's role. The story of the Bucks still felt the effects of their ladder match from last week. Well as portrayed here, will be interesting how long that lingers. So, what's your thoughts on this tag team match between the Young Bucks and Top?
oh, okay. That is gotta be the most shocker match of the night. Yes, that's yesterday. Uh, that match was shocker. I was stunned. I gotta say, I couldn't believe it. That match. I wasn't expect them to win. Um, they kicked them in their knee or leg, and they scored a pin off of that, and I personally that's gotta be the match of the year for now. Uh, but or you could call it match of the month for now, I believe. And but I think that's probably one of my favorite match for right now in ADW. Besides the best out of the seven series, but yeah, that has got to be one of the best tag match was yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. All right, let's let's go to all right. The Acclaimed segment. The Acclaimed interrupted a promo from the Guns, leading to a brief brawl when that was broken up by Billy Gunn. He was fed up with the disdain between them, so old daddy ass demanded family therapy next week. What's your thoughts on that segment?
I think that segment is so stupid when they said that a therapy in wrestling. I think they should fight it out right in wrestling, like no holds extreme, like no holds barred. I said screw a therapist. The only therapist they should handle is fight, wrestle, fight, fight. I think Billy Gunn is the last person to say that about therapists.
Yeah. All right. And another backstage, Hanging Page told Renee Paquette that he had fences to made bend, but he kept it relatively vague. He asked Paquette to tell John Moxley something after their match last week, but hesitated and brushed it off from there. So, what's your thought on that interview with Hangman Page and Renee Paquette?
John Moxley. John Moxley. I hope he's all right, and I wish he get better. And I hope he comes back and compete, and because he's one of the best wrestlers in ADW, and I hope he get well, and hopefully we'll see him in a couple weeks. In wrestling, it's no it's no joke, and it's a serious matter. And you will get hurt in wrestling, and some people think, oh, wrestling's fake, but it's not fake, and so it's not.
Yeah, it's not fake. It's sometimes real, sometimes it's basically real
Yeah,
times.
he got hurt really bad, so he's healing up. So
Alright, back in the arena, Ricky Starks continues his bossy rivalry with Jericho British Society by his one-up match against Jake Hager. Despite being physically outnumbered, the odds totally against him. Starks toward a win to continue his frustration at JSS. Starks is red hot, has earned every bit of his recent push. He has lived up to expectations of the manager and the fans. His first match is with MJF in December. Since then, hanging with Jericho and cronies in a promo and ring action. Hager is always interesting to work and watch because one is never quite sure which guy they're going to get. He's there to live the challenge, deliver a strong promo performance that was beyond purple hats. It is always sunny in Philadelphia, references. A Starks vs. Jericho rematch is obviously the end game. One can hope two things happen. Starks go over and the program does not run too long. So, what's your thoughts on that matchup?
well, it was pretty good in the match. Facing formerly known as Jack Swagger, but but for him to face another opponent on Rampage, Chris Jericho is scared to face him, but the match yesterday is excellent and pretty good. But I am afraid I am ready to see his next opponent tomorrow. But also I'm also ready for his next opponent on Wednesday. But I can't wait for him to face Chris Jericho because when he faced Chris Jericho, it's like beating a main eventer. But Chris Jericho is like the legend in wrestling, and Chris Jericho knows that. If you beat Chris Jericho, it's like one step closer of becoming a number one contender for a world championship in AEW. And that's what it's going to be like. And I can't wait for those two to meet up on the next pay per view in March.
Hmm. Yeah, pretty. Yeah. All right, next match. Brian Dennington versus Brandino. Backstage, Jericho issued a challenge for Ricky Starks for the tag team match next week. If Daniel Garcia beats Action Andrade Friday next on Rampage, he will be teaming with Ocho Allies will be Sammy Guevara. So, what's your like? Everyone, you know that like, what's your thoughts on that backstage segment with Jericho after the with Jericho Starks, Andrade, Garcia, and Ocho thing?
Well, Santos Garcia, um, Garcia thinks that he could win the match on Rampage. Then he's trying to impress Chris Jericho. So if he doesn't win, then he's in trouble. But if if he doesn't win, then I don't know.
Um, yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either. All right, in the arena, Brian Danielson continues quest for a shot at MJS AEW World Championship by battling former Ring of Honor World Champion Bandito. It was every bit as good as you expected. Bandito's countering Danielson's technical expertise with power brand-based offense. Numerous occasions it appeared that though the masked competitor may have set the American Dragon, Danielson has everything thrown him into a late 21 plex and rocked Bandito with a sugar knee for the win. The fans and friends who were totally behind Bandito proved the connection he made with the audience by best aerial athleticism, strength. He has a look and even more unique ring style. Crowds have flocked to him thus far. The Lyric Bang like his one dance to prove he can hang with the best lesson the world but help with that. So honestly, the Dance NJ program is a little solid so far and the latest directly unleashed the mass monster attention. Right next to season escalation hopes finds in the coming weeks. NJ cut up from my promo backstage. He said once in a fickle, throw back dancing. And during the last heel run in WWE, you may think you're the Dragon Mighty and the Dragon ain't mad for the monster behind the mask. NJ4. So what's your thoughts on that match? And yeah, what's your thoughts on that match?
It was excellent in that match. It was the hardest match that Brian Danielson ever had, and the greatest challenge he ever had. And he was struggling in that match, and it was called competition. And and I can't wait for next week when he faced the next challenge. When he faced
Brian Cage.
yeah, Brian Cage. That's gonna be even hard.
Yeah. And what's your thoughts on the promo he cut about being about fickle and throwback to dances complaints about fans during his last heel run in WWE? And ended with, "You may think you're a dragon, but not every dragon is any match for a monster behind the mask." So what's your thoughts on that promo?
I have no idea. I
Yeah.
have no idea. I don't know any idea what that means. I'm trying to figure that out myself.
Well, anyway, backstage, as we said before, NJ offered Brian Cage a payoff ahead of next week's Machine match against Brian Danielson next week. He's telling Brian Cage to break Danielson's arm. So, what's your thoughts on that backstage tiny spit?
Uh, I have no clue.
No clear. Well, it's basically that Brian Cage is going to try to break Danielson's arm. That's what I see. Uh, anyway, back to the women's match. During the pre-match video package, Saraya Storm insulted the homegrown AEW women. Drawing Irish Shayna was standing right beside them. So basically, Saraya Stern insulted the grown women, the AEW grown women, like the homegrown women AEW. Like they drew the Irish Sheeta, and I see Sheeta turning on them. So there's no heel turn for Sheeta. Like she joins the originals against the outsiders. Do you agree?
I saw it. I saw it. I disagree with that thing yesterday.
Um,
I uh I saw that yesterday. Those two turn heel. They turn heel, and the other one's outside the ring. It was like totally shocked. Turn heel. It was a. I was shocked as hell. Like when who came up with that idea? Just turn heel. Like okay, she just became back as active wrestler, and she's already heel already. Like
yeah, yeah. Saraya demanded Sheeta stay backstage to prevent civilization the last week. Her former World Women's Championship after they cost her friends their tag team matchup. So that makes sense. So they're still upset that Sheeta never cost them the tag match last week. Well, that's a given, right? Bernard.
yeah, yeah. I'm hearing you.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm just responding to you.
Uh,
Yeah, they turned heel yesterday,
uh,
and yeah, I saw the whole world, and they turned heel, and I was stunned. I don't know who came up with that idea. Why would they make those two heel, and I don't know why ADW Tony Khan or somebody. I know Tony Khan came up with the idea, but what's her name? Came up. She just returned from an injury back in November, and then already making her heel. Like, and then it's like okay, and I would have just wait and then turn heel. But no, they had to make her heel, and it sounds weird. Like, and I know a lot of people. they're saying on my phone, telling me like same thing.
Mhm. All right, let's talk about the matchup anyway. Story controlled the matchup at the commercial break, but Nightingale mounted a comeback, appeared to have victory at hand as Saraya jumped on the apron to provide distraction. Story capitalized, grabbed the tights, and scored the win. The post-match beatdown Sparkle is saved by Ruby Soho, all while Hikaru Shida watched from the entrance ramp, unsure what to make of Saraya and Story's actions. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. So let's hear this. Apparently, the battle lines right now in my book that between AEW originals and WWE exports are being drawn. So there's something clearly mentioned by Sarah in the pre-match video package. So honestly, consider the fans' love for Jamie Hayter and the passion make work for Dr. Britt Baker and D&D did ahead of her match with Saraya at Full Gear. It's probably for the best to make this turn now. With that said, so why so roughly? Like, yes, Saraya and Storm were literally babyfaces last week with little new indication of major change or attitude or character on the horizon. This week they were heels from the get-go, attacking Nightingale in the moment of flies and faced everything around about 7 days ago. Honestly, in the end of the day, it was the right call. The booking decision by Tony Khan to make this change for his fans demanded. They were ways to get the air without just up and change things without warning. Of course, the idea of Baker and Hayter turning pro bay faces could be an assumption. This could all be to introduce Soho and Nightingale into the equation while establishing them as undisputed bay faces. While Shia also involved promotion be looking towards the women's trio titles, they have enough talent to do so. There's more questions than answers in the women's division, which is a refreshing change of pace. So, what's your thoughts on the match? And do you agree with what I said about the AEW home women grown versus the originals? Like the home women grown versus the WWE exports?
Um, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. I was a little confused on that one. I was listening to what you just said. I'm like, um, I don't watch that wrestling show right there. I had to look that up and watch that.
Okay. That's true. I suspect that. All right.
There's a lot of wrestling shows I don't get.
Alright, here comes with a Dynamite main event, the TNT Championship. Darby Allin versus Kushida. The New Japan Pro Wrestling star Kushida answered Darby Allin's TNT Championship and challenged in the main event of Wednesday's show. He nearly took the title off of Allen 2 weeks after an emotional homecoming win for the face-painted anti-hero AEW by targeting the arm and rookie Taurus's armbar hoverboard lock finishers. Allen proved to be a gutsy, resilient competitor has been since the advent of the company, fought through the pain, caused a veteran opponent to do the last supper roll-up for the victory. It was seen to see his position as the main event this week with Danielson and Bandito was right there, but kudos to Terry Khan continuing to shine light on young star, and his team has been adamant on pushing as a breakout star from the beginning. It's something like the car crash style Allen others do not do, but there's no denying he's over with the audience, and it's been a rare consistency from day one of the company. This was a really good matchup main event, and I had them. The right guy went over with Tony Khan and Co. attempt to rebuild the credibility of the TNT Championship and has been hurt by consistent challenge changes the last year. So that was Dynamite. The main. What's your thoughts on the main event?
The main event was not bad. It was not bad. Some main events of ADW, it's okay, but and also excellent, but it's okay. But this week was a little pretty decent, but it needs a little work, a little bit. ADW a little bit. It's I didn't like I didn't I it's a little okay this week.
Alright.
I'm gonna probably tune in next week and see what it is. The ADW is not perfect, so um, it's not perfect because so Tony Khan can is making it sound like they're always perfect. because he keeps bragging a lot, saying, "Oh, my company is perfect." So, and I've been watching their company since day one, and their his company is not perfect. So,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was pretty much the main event. So how? What's your thoughts on Dynamite this week? Was it okay?
Dominite this week is
That's just
is
Dynamite, but it's okay.
oh well, I like to call it ADW
Alright.
show. He has the ADW has two shows, so um the part one show, their shows on TBS is for this week is okay. I'll give it a 4 stars for this week. I have to tune in tomorrow night to watch it at 10 on Rampage. I haven't seen Rampage yet, so
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the Royal Rumbles. So basically, the Royal Rumble, who's gonna win? There've been hearing rumors that The Rock's gonna win the Rumble to face Roman.
okay. That's the tricky part about that one. Dwayne the Rock Johnson hasn't competed in years. There has been so many rumors of The Rock, so many years. He has not um co- competed in years since Roman Reigns became champion or got into the WWE, and he said that he does not want to interfere with Roman Reigns' time and in WWE, or and since his daughter's in NXT. But speakingly, Roman Reigns now. Roman Reigns is now the world champion. He's been since he's been going after the world title. Um, Headlining WrestleMania after WrestleMania, The Rock stepped aside, and since Roman Reigns became the number one guy, Roman, The Rock or Dwayne Johnson stepped aside, and I know John Cena did the same thing actually, and Roman Reigns became the number one guy, and that's the sad part. It is that no one hasn't fill in the shoes for Roman Reigns besides Brock Lesnar or Bobby Lashley, and so far no one hasn't fill in for Roman Reigns yet, and I haven't seen anybody. That's why Roman Reigns is still champion, and because no one hasn't taken the stripe of the title, because no one could take the belt off of him because there's nobody could do full time of the championship as Roman Reigns can. Roman Reigns is a champion because no one could do it as Roman Reigns can, and that's why letting him keep the belt.
Yeah.
Um, I think Bobby Lashley could, but they don't want someone like him, I guess.
All right. Do you think Cody's gonna win the Rumble?
Yes, Cody Rhodes, yes,
Why do you think Cody will win?
because of his father's name.
Yeah, he also wanted to win the WWE champion himself to honor his father's name. Um, that makes
He's
sense.
gonna win because they're treating him. He's gonna win. I know he has a passion. but he is gonna win. That's all I gotta say. He's gonna win for himself also. Also Triple H did the same thing for himself also. He got injured and then he came back and he won the Royal Rumble in 2002.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. Mm-hmm. So this Monday is gonna be the Raw 30th anniversary. So we got people from the past, like we're gonna see Gangrel, Rikishi. Definitely gonna see Rikishi. Samu's coming to the Simone Bloodline segment. Do you think Gangrel's gonna come back? Like any more Attitude Era stars are coming to the 30th anniversary?
Edge.
Right, right. Yeah, Edge. So we can't bring Christian unless AEW wants to willing to allow him. So Billy Gunn's out.
I don't see anybody that big because I don't know. I I'm not expecting anybody big. They're going to be same people that's under contract with WWE.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
there's a lot of people's with ADW or they decided not to come because they're scared because WWE is selling the company or they're just waiting until WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble.
yeah, pretty much. Mhm. Yeah, 30th anniversary. Mhm. So basically, the 30th anniversary is pretty good. Like we don't know anyone's gonna come because of the some WWE is gonna be sold. We all know either The Rock or Cody are gonna win the Royal Rumble. That's pretty much headed there. You hit it that way. If you think about it. So now we get to Rampage SmackDown. He'll be here next week and regular schedule. Right now, we're going to SmackDown recap. All right, get message from Bernard. Bernard, hope your dog gets well soon. This is AgostoAllElite. Sorry, I didn't know. I mean, the dog will be fine, Bernard. All right, Bernard will be here next week. The dog's gonna be fine. He has one leg, so everything will be okay. All right, the SmackDown recap. Back there. Banger Bros, McIntyre and Sheamus defeated Viking ratings. Outside this match was getting underway, we had Michael Cole paying his respects to Jay Briscoe and his family. Then Cole referred to the Briscoe brothers as one of the wrestling's greatest tag teams. This was actually, honestly, as physical as should be on paper. The Viking Raiders are great hands. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre made an awesome tag team. I honestly like Sarah Logan much more than Barefooted Valhalla in her previous incarnation. Also, I feel like WWE split Raw and SmackDown titles so they get one pair to Kevin Owens and the other theater Banger Bros FTR. So, or we got Firefly Funhouse returns. LA Knight defeating Ren Jones. LA Knight continues to be pushed, even though he's a pig to slaughter. Knight picked up a victory or an enhancement talent before WWE threw him to the Firefly Funhouse return. Then we have the Rabbit Rabbit compare LA Knight to the Miz. He's like the Miz with muscles. The Knight is just the latest wrestler to be compared to the Miz, along with Grayson Waller and JF. Miz's influence on this business is undeniable. So yeah, mm-hmm. So yeah, it was great seeing Bray Wyatt back in the Firefly Funhouse. See him in his old red sweater made me realize how much Wyatt has gotten since the last time we saw him. So yeah, that was pretty much the Fireflies Fun segment something. Bray Wyatt, LA Knight, Royal Rumble, Big Dark. Anyway. Hit Row defeated versus Los Loreros. The match lasted long enough for Michael Cole to once again remind everybody that Top Dollar slipped while trying to do a dive. It's going to take a Herculean effect for a Top Dollar to overcome the botch in WWE. Hit Row's victory is an encouraging sign, but I don't think they'll see them advance past the second round where they have to take on the Banger Bros. Charlotte Flair confronts Sonya Deville. Charlotte's theme song sucks. Yeah. Sonya Deville received massive heat for taking a cheap shot at Charlotte for running off. Sees that WWE is going with Sonya Deville versus Charlotte Flair for the Royal Rumble, which is coming up for Sonya after disappearing from television for months. Yeah, this was a well set up match. No build, so why bother? I don't give a fuck. Imperial defeated the Brawling Brutes. Rich Holland looked more like young Brock Lesnar throughout this match. Michael Cole repeatedly announced live attendance of 14,239 in Detroit. Website text would beg to differ. Bush fell 4 off the apron to impressive looking great bust for Giovanni Vinci. I was actually looking forward to the possibility of the Brawling Brutes versus the Banger Bros, but Imperial's 2% Melbourne Tag Team Wrestling advanced. Legal Death Phantasm defeated the Maximum Male Models. Karen Cross has best promo of the date prior to this match. Hopefully he keeps his momentum going, beats Rey Mysterio. Anyway, Karen Cross, Legal Death Phantasm was immediately established as a favorite at the Maximum Male Models to receive an entrance. Compared to his tag team tournament to the NFL playoffs on Fox's Light Touch, Mace's booty shorts was certainly a choice. This is nothing more a showcase for Leo Del Fantas and double team attack. Mostly, yeah. Lego Del Phantasm advances. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns contract signing. The fans popped huge with Roman Reigns. Fist popped Sami Zayn for slumming him early in the night. Both Zayn and Reigns once again depends on their roles. Heyman convinced Reigns to warm up to Sami Zayn after Reigns teased kicking Zayn out. Reigns cutting off the phone about how he's wrong. He did the wise man to rein him in. And Zayn was icy on the kick as he continues to yearn for Roman's approval. WWE gave Kevin Owens everything that he fought off the Usos and laid Reigns out with a stunner and a pop-up powerbomb. Yeah, that closed out SmackDown with a contract signing. Kevin Owens getting the beating on the bloodline. Roman still retained the belt. He's going over. Roman still retained the belt. And who's the fuck's gonna face at WrestleMania if he loses? Who's gonna face? Kevin Owens is done. He's nothing but falter. It's mostly Zayn Owens versus the Usos for the tag belts at WrestleMania, honestly. That's mostly happening. Hoping for that. We might have a Zayn Mania moment going on with winning the WWE champ. I don't know. Reigns, WWE, they don't know. The Rock's not going to be here. It's been hit. Rock's not going to be here on Monday on the 30th anniversary. It ain't happening. Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright. Honestly, SmackDown was okay. They closed out great, but I don't know. It's still botchy, a little choppy at best. Okay. Rampage recap. Let's go to the recap of Rampage. Let's start with Ethan Page versus Jack Perry. As soon as Jungle Boy got to the ring, Page tried to get up to the Eagle's edge, but Jack Perry wriggled free to avoid the impact. So the halfway private party by Hardy were ringside, but Hardy's the present seats and all Eagle more than it helps at times. Well, Jungle Boy usually has a brisk pace, but it was a little surprising to him that Page takes more of a methodical approach this one. It was a fast pace either. It was in between. Perry was a fighting as an underdog, usual does, so Terry Davis controlled most of the time. He utilized the power to dominate most of the action, while JD did his best to sell each move. Hook made an appearance, ain't most one who affected the outcome. Once Page tried to grab Hardy's ponytail leverage during the pin, Perry slapped his hand away. Perry was able to roll over the pin in the win. Page challenged Jungle Hook to face him and Hardy on Dynamite tag match. Perry Hook seen enough to the challenge. This was song opener for Rampage, not too outrageous, but certainly fun. Yeah. Rampage, that match is okay. we're gonna have Broken Matt Hardy anyway. So, Brian Cage versus Willie Mack. It started with we got Ortiz, Eddie Kingston. Eddie have had a confrontation. The race ended with Kingston hitting the form head with a chair twice before leaving. Yeah, so it's like Kingston and Ortiz are going some shit going on. So we're gonna see Hernandez or a little guy making a return. So either way, we got Mac coming out the first phase battle cage. The two just met on Darkness League, so it's a rematch between two big monsters. Mac used some of his deceptive speed to take the control early, but Cage used some of his deceptive agility to counter some of his moves. These two powerhouses make sure to show up their other attributes. This is highly entertaining contest between two big men who know how to make the most out of their moves. There was little to no basic motion with them. Max about a few big moves. Cage finished him off with his own version of a Falcon Arrow for the win. Watching both matches, these guys have done Rampage deal worth your time. Honestly, that was a great match, both of them. So yeah, Jade Cargill, Leah Gray versus Vanity Sisters, Jada, George Vanity made their AWT debut against Cargill. Gray this week. Gray started the match with T, had a competitive change. When Cargill came in, she dominated with superior power. It was a simple match. It was accomplished. His goal, more than squash, which is more than I can say for Cargill bops. The TBS Championship tag package as you could get the on to get the pin and extend for a record of 49.50. 49 now. So you don't know what's going to be built towards like 50th victory for Jade. Would it happen? So yeah, most likely again she gained the 50th victory. Mm-hmm. It's happening. So all right, Daniel Garcia versus Acha Andrade. The final match of the night was Andrade taking on Roger Garcia. Red Death charged Andrade the corner, attacked before even able to remove the vest. After he recovered from Garcia's initial salvo, Andrade was able to make a comeback, control the pace. For a bit, he put athleticism on display as a high-flying move that was nice suicide dive. Fun and energetic men that allowed both men to show their biggest attributes. Andrade was able to seal the win over JSS. So, all in all, Rampage was a great night. So, we're going to have Andrade and Ricky Starks next week against Jericho Guevara. So, I don't know that match, but pretty much. So, Rampage was, in retrospect, great show. It's great. It was a good show. It was cool. So, yeah, that was Rampage. That was basically SmackDown and Rampage recaps. I'm ready for the news. Let's get to the news. Alright. Triple H holds another talent meeting ahead of Raw and Showtime and Select Control. Basically, you have the same meeting as SmackDown week before, where he talks about the stars that he's still in control. It's basically like that because Vince is coming back to power. That's basically the news is about. So, but this time, Fightful saw that Devin Dunn was giving the speech. So, we don't know if Vince McMahon has come back to creative. That's a thought because think about this: Vince might come back to creative. That's nothing Triple H can do. So the speech was to make them to believe that Vince is not going to go back to creative, but it's there. You don't see it; it's there. That's nothing Vince, Triple H could do. So let's be thankful that Vince does not go back power. Triple H stays creative. If not, WWE's fucked. Unless they sold to Saudi Arabia. So, yeah, well, anyway. Alright, Matt Canales talks about AEW has the talent to all the show. Basically, Maria Canales, like, she talks about an all women's show. That AEW could do an all women's show. They could. AEW has enough talent to do an all women's show. They do have potential. But they need to be practical, she said. Basically, they want AEW to be practical. It's about perspective of bandwidth. Like content, you gotta have content, the growth of AEW women's division. You have to figure out how you're gonna be able and stuff. And she can do the growth Did you talk about the growth of AEW's women's division? They talk about building a women's division, a variety of all women's division, from Jay to Baby, even Britt has on Indies. She talked about not starting with the Bucks, not many accomplishments anything. Building these new talents are going to be hard, but she said they're going to try, like, just they in a bigger scale. You have to look at like the building of 3 years. They talk about 3 years. Honestly, talking about Tony Khan for a bit, as he said, Khan is more of a genius in the sense of patience of building it. So basically, they are going to build an all-women's show, but it's going to be patient. It has to be patient. It takes time and patience, like hard work and patience. So that's what it is. Yeah. So yeah, AEW Women's Division looking for the trajectory of the moment. Great trajectory, my book. So yeah, it'll continue to shine. 2023 continues. Mm-hmm. Then we go to Tony. Let's talk about Tony Khan comments on rumors of him buying WWE. And reveal his interest in the process. So the news is about like Cody Khan and Shad Khan interested in buying WWE. It's a rumor. They start a rumor. Tony Khan's interested. Shad Khan, the Khan fan is interested. Tony Khan likes to mix things up, and yeah, he might think about it, but it might surprise you. The news and influence, and like we don't know the Khan family, yeah, I don't know. So yeah. Honestly, I don't know. The Khan family may not buy WWE. We don't know. So let's play along with it. All right, let's go to another news. WWE's Vice President of Communications, Adam Hawkins, leave the office after 25 years of service. Yeah, another one of Vince's cuts. He was fired. Basically, Vince is making cuts. He's using power. He's an egomaniac. He's old. He's a sex pest. Whatever. It's old news. I feel bad for Adam. I hope he gets a new job. But anyway, well, the office will get cut as well, so we don't know who's getting cut. So, well, Fightful did utter that there may be more cuts, so we may not know. So be prepared. All right. Yeah. All right. Jay Gargano talks about CM Punk being a great guy, very nice to the women. Jay Gargano believes that CM Punk's a great guy. They talk about that, like basically, she was speaking to Bootleg Kevin. She shared about the advice that Punk gave her how the relationship grew, stating, like it's about talking to the business, working your way up, be familiar with the indies and stuff. Like CM Punk giving Jay Gargano advice about the indies, wrestling, culture. They did have to develop more of a friendship. They ran interviews around, like I don't know, like her opinion about the whole situation, stadium. I don't know. Like, yeah, it is true that he did get a lot of Starbucks cards, so we don't know. So we don't know. CM Punk still is up in the air after the whole shit, so I hope everything's cleared up. CM Punk comes back and I don't know. Something with it. Stephanie Vanilla departed WWE last week and made corporate changes. So earlier this week, they reported Eric Holmes was departed. Now we have the post that Stephanie Vanilla exited the company. She was the VP of communication with WWE. Remember, she was in the company for 2014, 2019. She returned it in 2021. So basically, some of the report regarding Hawkins' exit, there were no further details about what Fightful said. We don't know the details. This drama might stem from Vince McMahon's return, so we don't know. It's what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. Right? We also have reportedly there's now reports of no talks that it'll be released to CM Punk as of late. This from WON. Apparently, like they plan to keep Punk. He's on ice because of his injury. But did Tony Khan? Yeah, he did say they want to keep Punk. They want to put this for good. I hope they do. This is getting ridiculous. And, and then, all right, here's another news. The Rock reportedly has doubts about being able to get in shape for WrestleMania match versus Roman Reigns. So it started out with Rock's status WrestleMania unknown, but now Rock will not wrestle at WrestleMania. I don't know with the merchandise, they might sell it, but he is not wrestling at WrestleMania. That shit ain't happening. So we don't know. Yeah, The Rock's not going to be doing WrestleMania. I'll see him appear at the Royal Rumble. So WWE needs to come up with something for an opponent to face at WrestleMania. They at least have him lose one of the titles because this is getting ridiculous. 2-man titles did not work. Honestly, I don't know the fuck how Roman pulled this off. Like, seriously, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, yeah, really? Like, WWE, are they playing? Are they going to have Cody win the WWE Championship? Would they have Sammy win the title? I know Roman will not drop the Universal Champion. Either he drops the WWE Champion, strip them of the WWE Champion, or lose it to Cody or Sami Zayn. So either way, we don't know. And honestly, yeah, okay, that was the podcast. Me and Bernard will come back next Saturday next week. And this time Bernard will come back by next week. Everything will be better. We'll be on a regular schedule. I'm sorry that during the night, Bernard had to come come back from the hospital. He's sick with his dog, so what it is. So see y'all next Saturday. Bye, and Bernard said thank you.